from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately, one touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Down at the 39.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
And he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 14 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
1st down, Baltimore.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you. Keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
To Mark Andrews. A gain of 9 yards. And a Raven 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Jackson's pass Complete.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
The Bengals 17-yard line.
Jackson, option right. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
They run the option as Jackson will hand it to Ingram. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Mark Ingram, the ball.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Complete.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU. Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got to vote. I've got to vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
Had a bit of a lane there. Took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
Taken down.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 78 yards and a touchdown.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
For the Bengals.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
27-yard line.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And these guys locked into that #1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while now. The question on everyone's mind, can they finish the regular season a perfect 16-0?
And it all comes back to philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the head coach, and, of course, the locker room itself. What do the players want to do? And I think what most teams would do in this situation is approach it, let's win every game, but let's be smart about doing it. So it doesn't mean that they're going to go all out if, indeed, they do need to rest a few people.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
Throwing is Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson throwing once more. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete.
Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, ended up in the end zone. But how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's 2 sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great. D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Harrison in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking middle, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Is good. Makes the score Ravens 7, Bengals 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carlos Dunlap, the one who got in there to make the stop behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews.
Jackson.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On the pickup.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The the tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Jackson going to give to Ingram on the option. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
Mark Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. To return it, Darius Phillips. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
the ideal touchdown-to-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And his kick is right through. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
21, Mark Ingram.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
49-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Jackson's pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And all night. not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Tucker's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
17. Bengals 10.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
On the return, Phillips. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 31.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They go play action with Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
27-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. 3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now it's Burrow on the slant, complete to Green. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To the air again, Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
For Cincinnati.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On the option, it goes to Ingram. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
He's brought down at the...
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Ravens.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
This will be caught inside the 10. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Jackson will throw again. Escaping the... And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
On the return, Phillips. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. The
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
They'll take over.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They go screen. This is Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Jackson on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start with a rivalry that has been quite one-sided in recent years, as Pittsburgh is on the road at Cleveland. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Zay Jones, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for nearly 300 yards already as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And able to find Green. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now it's Burrow.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And Burrow going to throw again. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They're running. Ingram. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now a The toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malik Harrison in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
It's a gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, but power his way forward.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And Charles, he's already north of 300 yards in this game.
And while watching him work, I just keep coming back to what a magic number that is. We've almost made it routine, haven't we? 300 yards, wow, what a great day. We don't understand what goes into that. And today, he's taking advantage of every opportunity, and he's being very precise throwing the football.
Some highlights to show for his efforts. The Bengals drive about to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Here's Moore on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Ball carrier.
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
And 5 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here. You're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a one-possession lead, looking to expand that now.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he's got this down to the 35. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
The 35-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was run down at the
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football, but when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run.
to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter. That was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum. Great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. An option run with Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Geno Atkins. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
This is taken at the 15. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
He was brought down by...
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's second down. Throwing again. Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Ravens.
Operating from the gun. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And a Raven first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Geno Atkins in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. A good pickup there at 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Ingram going to get it on the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
21-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's third down and 11.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help him a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over first and 10. At their own 27.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word in.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jalen Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
23 yards. Pick up there.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
The tackle made at the 40.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they really count.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback. Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Again, Jackson. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Nice play, man. Jackson
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
24-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
This is Mixon on the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Kevin Huber now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning it is Moore. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
Jackson's pass.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Number 28.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never